Hello guys, it's Bleach from Outdoors Adventures, and today we're gonna go back in time, not a little bit. We're not talking about centuries, millenniums. We're going back all to the Stone Age era, and we're gonna try to pull off something that it's estimated that only about 1% of the population can pull this off. If you think about that, population of this planet is about 7.7 billion people. Not million, billion with the B. 7.7 billion people. Then only 1% of the people. It seems like a large number, but that's actually very small. We're talking about the hand drill friction fire to the very first stages when it was done by ancient people, and it's a very unique skill. It's beautiful, thrilling, exhausting, frustrating. Why? Because actually the only way to learn that is not from the book. You actually physically have to try it. So when you try things, everything kind of gets different. Reality kicks in. It's not about just what you read in the book or what you see on the video. It's about failing over and over again. It's about your body, your mindset, kicking back every time you fail. All these Brazilians, all these factors are needed for you to be successful. So hopefully you're going to find this video interesting. There is a nice waterfall behind me, playing nice music for me. There is a nice stream here, so ambience is I wouldn't mind to find myself in a survival situation like this. It's beautiful. You got water, you got almost everything you need. There is a lot of stuff around you that you can use, and you just need to know what stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna try to talk as I'm doing things, and so for the hand drill fire, you need pretty much perfect conditions. You need dry weather or sunny. If you have rainy weather, don't even waste your time. You're gonna be, failing, and you're gonna end up without anything. Even when you got perfect conditions, even for the, people who know how to do it, it could be a challenge. So it looks simple, but it's actually very difficult. You need to put all your guts in it, and you have to go for it, and you have to believe that you can do it. If you don't believe it, you're never going to be successful. So hand drill fire is probably the most difficult type of the friction fire. Of course, you got bow drill fire when you're actually using the string, which is much easier. You don't have to be so much specific about the wood you need. And you got the plow drill, plow friction fire when you actually have a plank and you got a piece of wood and you're just plowing. So there are many different methods. We go for the hand drill today. So couple of things that you need to find first before you do anything. You have to prepare yourself. I found some dry grass. So this is going to be your tinder bundle where you're going to put your coals in. I'm confident we're going to be successful. I did spend a little bit of time browsing through the woods, finding the right stuff, and I think we're going to be okay. Couple of things. There was a piece of branch I cut, and I kind of just try to shape up a little bit this piece. You're kind of trying to make sure it's flat on both ends. Maybe about ½ inch in thickness. Usually I don't want that this piece is too wide. just for the one set of the holes. You're gonna need so this is actually this piece of wood. You can use few different kinds. I mean, they work the best. This specific wood is cottonwood. I got the actual leaf, so I can actually you can see it. So cottonwood, it's easy. I mean, it's easy. Leaves are fairly easy to recognize because they look like kind of like spades. I'm sure that pretty much everybody use a deck of cards at some point in life. So you got hearts, you got diamonds and spades, and leaf look kind of like a spade. So we'll be talking about kind of like a heart shape. And by the way, if you never knew, the actual spades, ace of spades, this is the most the highest card on the deck. It's more valuable, most valuable, and the actual symbol on the card got nothing to do with the leaf. The actual symbol is heart, just the opposite way. It's a black heart, the opposite way with the stock, and actually symbolize medieval weapon, two medieval weapons, and it's used as a symbol of luck. So we might get lucky with this cottonwood today, symbol of luck. And I don't know if you ever noticed, but U.S. Marines, especially in the Vietnam War, they used to use spade symbol on the helmets, painting on the face. It was a symbol of the luck. So we go for the cottonwood. We might get lucky with it. We're gonna need something to catch our coals. I got a piece of bark, it's a birch bark, and we're gonna need some kind of spindle that we're gonna be turning by hand. So I got a few of them as I was going here. This is some kind of flower plant. It's actually very tiny in diameter, so I'm not gonna use it. This one here, it's a little bit better, but I don't like this hollow center. I would rather prefer it's solid. I mean, it's soft, but it's full. There is no hole. So this is actually teasel. This is how you recognize the teasel. It has kind of like a spiky top, almost like an egg. So I'm not gonna use that either. Cattail. I never actually really tried cattail, but I don't like them either because they're very small in diameter, and they're not as strong. It's easy to break, so I don't like that either. What I like, I got these two are mullein, and mullein grows pretty much everywhere. I'm not sure why, but okay, there is no railroad tracks here, but if you find yourself somewhere near railroad tracks, it's almost guaranteed you're gonna find them. So this is the mullein. This is the top of the plant. It's very unique. They grow tall. Sometimes, you know, I'm 6'1". I seen them taller than me. And this is what I'm going to use. Piece of mullein. It's about 2 feet long, and like I said, it's solid in the center, soft, but it's full. There is no hole. And that's pretty much it. There is one more component. I'm gonna show you later on, and we're gonna be using a bigger end at the bottom, smaller end on the top. We're gonna be turning on the smaller end. So I'm just gonna clean this a little bit sideways. So this way we do want friction, but we don't want spindle to be rubbing on the walls. That's not good, because it's gonna suck all your energy out. And it's gonna be more around. Like this. That's it. So this is our spindle. I'm gonna reposition myself a little bit. Get all this stuff here. And as I mentioned before, the most of the stuff I spend today looking for the stuff is this. You know what is this? This is the resin from the pine trees. This simple thing will increase your chance for the handrail fire to be successful, in my opinion, by 50%. Why? Because it's almost like a glue, and I explained it after as I'm doing this stuff. And when you put it on your hand, it's gonna reduce travel from your hands down, and you're gonna have more power, and you're gonna create more friction. Otherwise, your hands, as you applying pressure, your hands, they're just gonna be, you know, slipping down, and you're gonna lose a lot of power. Okay, so first thing is first. Maybe one more thing, educational about the mullein. It's probably used for 2,000 years. Plant is actually very healthy. It has a 2-year lifespan. First year it grows like a little with the big leaves. It's almost like a flowers that you can buy in the store. All these leaves like a bunch, and then second year it grows up to the to the sky, and then after that you can use this as meat when it's dry, when it's dead. The more dry the better. So there is a lot of uses. Leaves are good for the tea, and the roots you can make tea for all kinds of medicinal benefits for your body. Okay, so let's go to business now. So first thing is first. So I think it's pretty straight. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna make a little hole. This is gonna be our starting point. I'm gonna carve the hole. Just gotta be careful so you don't cut yourself with a knife. If you don't have a knife, limestone is good too. They can be sharp as a knife. And by the way, this is the riverbed. There is a lot of limestone. You can break them and they snap like a glass. Okay, so this is our first step. It doesn't have to be perfect. Absolutely doesn't have to be perfect. So we're gonna put this, I like to use stuff that I can find around me. So this is a big rock here. I'm gonna put another rock on the top just to hold this in place. And I think it's gonna be okay like that. And we're gonna be started drilling. We're just gonna make initial drilling just to kind of for the drill, for the spindle to guide its way in, and then we're gonna stop, and then we're gonna explain after again. So there is another big piece of rock here. It's about to my knees. There is no specific guide how to drill. You just do whatever is comfortable for you. So I think the main focus is now gonna be this. You're not gonna see my whole body. So I'm gonna start drilling, and I'm gonna show you things as I'm going. So I'm gonna grab on the top here, and full revolutions, a little bit pressure, not too much. You want to preserve your energy. So this spindle is about 2 feet long, which I like. This way you're gonna have ability to do more spinning without any stoppages, and because every time you stop you're losing the heat. So this is gonna allow you actually to preserve a lot of heat. Okay, I just started. This is initial start, and I already seen some smoke, which is good. I like that. I'm gonna show you closer a little bit. So this is your startup. So next thing what we're gonna need to do is V-notch. I'm gonna start cutting V-notch. It's almost like a pizza slice notch, and it is essential. You need it for all these filings. You kind of control them. They're gonna collect in one spot, and as you're spinning your drill, they're gonna become for brown color more dark, black, and it's gonna finally combust. So it's not only just for the controlling the filings where they're gonna go, it's also to allow some air to get in. Okay, so you have to be very patient. I don't know if you are married or not. It's almost like a marriage. You have to be very patient, eh? Okay. It's pretty good. Okay, so this is the V-notch. It's almost like a pizza slice. I don't like to go all the way in. As soon as you break this circle, you're gonna. Oh, my hands are very dirty. Look at this. Actually, I fell as I was collecting the stuff. This is normal for the hiking, as long as you don't have any broken bones. So anyway, as soon as you break this circle, this is gonna allow your filings to come out. And at the bottom, I like to do this notch a little bit wider. It's almost like when you're moving the blinds in the house. This is gonna allow more air to get in, and your chances for success gonna be even greater. Okay, so before I start, I just want to mention one thing. You can learn from my mistakes, so I'm sure you're gonna make them too, but it might help you. Spindle, I like it actually a little bit thicker in diameter. I go by my thumb roughly. Why? Because smaller diameter spindle is gonna be easier to turn, but in contrast, you're gonna drill to this board very quickly, and the deeper you go, spinning is gonna be more and more difficult, because there is gonna be more and more friction, not just on the top, it's gonna be friction on the side as well. You don't want it. You're gonna find very hard to spin your spindle. So I like it when it's wider, and try to get coals as soon as possible. You don't want to spend all day drilling and go too deep. I like to make my coals in the first quarter of this thickness, because it's going to be very easy to spin. When drill is inner, deeper, it's going to be more and more difficult. So let's get to the business. Gonna put it back. This piece of birch bark I'm gonna put underneath like this. Like this. I'm gonna collect my coals here. Sometimes I would use leaf, but I learned over a period of time it would burn through the leaf, and you would just it would be more difficult at the end. So I'm gonna set up this and this nice piece of limestone. I think it's good like this, so you can see it. Okay. Should be okay like this. This is good. My tinder bundle is here. I can start drilling. And now, what I mentioned before, this pine resin. Believe me, you need it. I just couldn't find any pines around here. My God, I love this waterfall behind me. So nice to hear it. I couldn't find any pines. Couldn't find any resin. So finally, I found a little bit. I actually had to dig with the knife, and I'm gonna try to use as much as I can. See, it's almost like a honey. Smells nice, by the way. And look, literally like a glue. My hands are all sticky. I like that. Okay, so let's start drilling. I think everything is okay here, and we're gonna start slowly, but not for long. You don't want to be spending all afternoon, all day drilling until your face turns blue and then you got nothing. Breathing is very important. You have to feed your muscles with air, and so you don't get fatigued, and you just have to be patient, no panic. You know, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. You know, it's not the end of the world. So let's try it. So mullein spindle and cottonwood fireboard, and I'm just gonna kind of make myself more comfortable, and more focus now on the board. You don't need to see me anymore, and let's start it. I got some dirt with my hands. So warming up, just warming up for now. Once you start seeing first smoke, then you increase your pressure and speed as well. Lots of fucking mosquitoes around here. I like that, because then it will make this all more challenging. Okay, I see first smoke now. I see dust collecting in the V-notch. I'm gonna increase the speed and pressure. Try to do full revolutions. You're gonna get less tired, and it's gonna be more friction. I don't know if you see it, but there is quite a bit of smoke coming now. It smells like when you're cooking a tea. Now I will just go for it and do my best. What you want to see is when you stop that it's still smoking. My coals are black now. I like that. One more spin. I'll do my best. I think we got it. Yes, we did. Just patience. Gonna bring this closer. I don't want to lose this because I work hard for this. Look at that beauty. Isn't that awesome? I'm not gonna do anything yet. Actually, the best thing is not to blow on this. You kind of just do this with your hand. Make them bigger, make them grow. I like this smell of burning, smell of success. Feels good. You feel like you do that, you feel like a champion, eh? So while this is growing, I'm gonna slowly get my tinder bundle. My hands are so sticky. I put my hand on the limestone with the moss, and look at this. It's stuck on my hand. Gonna get my tinder bundle ready, and I'll just go for it now. I think it's pretty good. I don't want to wait too long and lose it. And that's it. Sometimes you just have to spin quite a bit. And there you go. You don't need this anymore. So I did get a little bit tired. I hope you guys gonna like this video, and please subscribe. What I'm gonna try to do one more time, I might do actually close up, so you see the handling from very close.